Hi everybody, welcome back to Microsoft AI Advent Calendar, the Winter Party Exploration Series. Today is the day number 21 of our journey, so let's see what is waiting for us. So, monitoring Azure Open AI Services. So, as always, I start sharing the documentation that we are using as a baseline for our exploration. Here on Azure, we have already some dashboards that are possible to be consuming from the portal, so you don't need to create from scratch. And here on these docs, there are details about all the metrics that we can collect and see on these dashboards. Okay. So how does it works? Basically, here we have the our OpenAI instance, and here we have a shortcut for the metrics that are for the dashboards that are consuming those metrics. You can also come here from metrics and create more specific dashboards, but let's start with the basic ones. So when we click, we see that we have already some the dashboard's pre-configured. We don't need to do anything, but we need at least to put a time filter. In my case, there are a few days since I was using the instance heavily, so I will extend the metrics to 1 week. So there it is. We can see that we have the metrics coming on. So basically here, the first blade that we have, it's about HTTP requests. So how many calls did we have on the OpenAI, and some variations of the same chart. Okay. Then here we have metrics about tokens. Once again, let's put a week, and then here we can see processed prompt tokens by model name. So basically each model processed few tokens, and then here we have a metrics. In other videos we spoke about cost, so this can help you to keep the costs in control, so you know when you are about to consume all the tokens you have, and then also know how many tokens you have consumed this month, for example. Here we have PTU utilization, so it's provisioned managed utilization, so how many computational power you have been using on your server. So in my case, it's very low because I'm using just for demo. And then fine tuning. It's basically when you are fine tuning your model. In my case, I didn't, so we don't have any metrics. If you click in one of those charts, you can go to a more detailed. So here you can filter, for example, by model name, and then here you can have you can see how many requests you had for Whisper, for example, in the past 7 days. Okay, now let's return to the main blade on our OpenAI service. Here under monitoring, we also have logs. And then here we can see that we have a couple of log analytics workspaces. So let's choose one of them. Before we start to dive deep, I will show how I created them. So basically here we have one more module which under Microsoft Operational Insights Workspaces. And then here we have the log analytics resource. This is very simple. We are just creating it here on the module and then calling the module on the main bicep file. Here we also have a diagnostic settings. These I decided to not move to a module because you need to provide the scope. So we would need to add a way to recover this data from inside the module. So I thought it wouldn't make too much sense now. So I just created it here. I'm providing a logs variable with all logs and audit as category groups, and also all metrics under metrics. And here I'm linking to the log analytics workspace. So then we'll be able to see this information going to the log analytics that we have on Azure. You can also export this to storage accounts and event hubs, for example. So this is very flexible and follows all the same pattern as other Azure services. Okay. So now returning to our log analytics, we can click here in logs, and then we have the custom query blade here, so we can run the metrics and see we can run the queries and see which metrics do we have. So for example, let's check on the documentation. For example, we have Azure Diagnostics. We can run it for the last 7 days, and then we have the data coming on. Okay, you can use this to create alerts. I'm not gonna cover it today, but it's exactly the same pattern as you have for other Azure resources. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and see you on the next videos.